Good evening and welcome back. Likely the last video of the day, just cuz. So, Detroit 44, Dallas 30. I don't know what to say about that. I'm now in a one NHL game. The Oilers actually beat Seattle 9-4. It was about a week or so after they got themselves shit kicked by Colorado 7-1. Some games is like, good thing I don't watch. Especially when they're doing really bad. Like Edmonton losing to Colorado 7-1. Yeah. Other games are just like, what the fuck? Is this 80s night all over again or what? There was a game a little while ago. 8-5. That was the kind of hockey I kind of grew up watching. 12-8 games were very common. At least it seemed like. Yeah, Edmonton lost a 12-8 game to Toronto once. Beat Minnesota 12-8. When they routinely put 10 in net. Yeah, there's a lot of those kind of games. Or forget what defense and goaltending is like. It's just like, it's just basically whoever stops the most at that point. There's a few. There was one time when Edmonton was on a road trip during the 83-84 season. 5-game road trip. Lost all of them. The game 9-2 to Washington. 11-0 at the end of it to Hartford. Lost a close one in Philly. I think lost a close one on Long Island. Lost a semi-close one to Boston. I remember listening to the 11-0 game. It was like 2 periods were done. It was like off went the radio. Back in those days, we heard the only way you watch a hockey game is Hockey Night in Canada, or if your local TV station aired a certain amount of games. It's like, I know ITV had about roughly 20 games a season. Bruce Buchanan did an absolutely wonderful job. And then CTV had it. Edmonton had it for a couple seasons. Now, Al Nagy did pretty good. And for some weird reason, he got let go, and he ended up owning a pretzel place in West Edmonton Mall, where Phase 2 food court used to be. Is probably sitting right about roughly about where Forever 21 is now. I used to be closed off, and there was a Zellers right there. And that was when Tim Hortons was on the ground level, right next to the rink. Actually, Al Nagy had interviewed me in that one for the pretzel place. And I told him before, I said, yeah, you did a pretty darn good job calling the Oilers games. He appreciated it and thanked me. When I first got the phone call, I heard Al Nagy. He's like, is that the same Al Nagy? It was. Ah, yes. Could have probably talked more about him about that, but it's like, yeah, no, we're here to do an interview, so. Yeah, and where the Phase 4 area is now. It used to be a second base store. To go with the one that was in Phase 1 there and way at that end. And if you are looking at the bay from the mall, the left side would be your Sears and the right side would be Zellers. Actually used to be in Eaton's. Eaton's and then Zellers. That's no longer there anymore. Bay's gone. Sears is gone. The Sears now, I think, is now the Brick. They scaled down their operations. That had a pretty big spot right by the mini golf course, and then they just moved right over there. It's like, wow. Yeah, it was. I don't know how they pulled off that move, but I don't know how they fit on those two floors. Because I know it's not. I don't think it's quite near the space in the old Sears as it was in the old Brick store. I don't know how the hell they consolidated that, but hey, it is what it is. Sears, I think, went bankrupt. We know the Bay ended up going bankrupt. Zellers was sold off to, I think, Target when they took over the spots, and then Target just lasted a winter. I'm not sure if it lasted a full year, but lasted a winter, lasted a Christmas season. They're gone. They kind of got greedy and put all their stores out at once instead of like putting like 5 or 10 or 20 just to test it out. Well, they got greedy. And then they died. Apparently Zellers is trying to make some sort of a comeback. Yeah, I'd go for a Zellers. That's kind of my memory there. Especially when I first started at the mall. Janitorial work. If I was working in Galaxy Land during the week and they closed at 8, I think 7 or 8 o'clock, you're out the door. Go swipe out or punch out. Now your bus wasn't coming until 8:30, so it was like you just wander over there, take a quick little peek, kind of thing. Yeah. Especially when it's Christmas time, you look for all the Christmas stuff. You hang around there to look around, see what you could grab. Then eventually, about quarter after, 20 after, you go leave. Wait for the, I guess, turn 150 turn into 115. The 150 goes into 115. At this little funky route between 170th and I think 149th. And once you start going north on 140, no, it might have been 142nd. It goes north to 140, north on 142nd, and it turns right at the, and then you go to Westmount, and then, yeah, loads of fun. So, I think I've done enough rambling. That's what, just over 9 minutes. I'm just rambling. So, okay, that's a good night. So, in the meantime and in between time, good night.